More on the huge demand for coronavirus testing. Google reporting searches for the word testing hitting an all-time high. With lines at clinics growing, new at-home tests could be the answer. Eva Pilgrim joins us now with more on that, including that big breaking news about the first fully at-home test. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, overnight, that big step forward. The FDA announcing that it has given emergency use authorization to the first fully at-home testing kit. The Lucira all-in-one testing kit gives users a nasal swab, and then they're able to get their results in about 30 minutes. Now, with lines like this all across the country, officials are hoping developments like this will help alleviate that testing crunch.
You may not have to wait in a long line for a COVID-19 test, as at-home testing kits are becoming more widely available. But be prepared to pay. Costco, just the latest to offer at-home tests to their 100 million members. Their saliva test will cost you $130.
Most of these tests that are coming out are PCR-based tests. It requires laboratory personnel. It requires a special fancy machine. And because of that, these tests actually can be quite expensive for the consumer.
Testing experts say these PCR tests are the most accurate kind available, with reported accuracy of 95% and higher. Costco's test from Azova Health can only be purchased online, not in warehouses, and is available to members in most states. Grocery chain Albertsons, with stores like Safeway, Vons, and Acme, is also offering at-home saliva-based coronavirus tests from Phosphorus Diagnostics for $139. And like Costco, does not require a customer display symptoms or have known exposure to the virus to purchase.
People who have that money to afford it, they will absolutely test before they see their older relative. They will test before they get on a plane.
Beyond the saliva test, there are nasal swab tests. Walmart and Quest Labs now offering home COVID tests delivered by drone. So far, they've tested the program in 3 cities, Buffalo, Las Vegas, and now El Paso. The at-home test, an upper nasal swab, similar to what you'll find in your doctor's office. While LabCorp tells ABC News their $119 test is available to consumers with no upfront cost by offering them the option of using insurance or government-sponsored programs at the time of purchase.
And several other companies are working to have that at-home, fully at-home testing capability. As for the ones that you have to mail in, they say that you get the results back between 12 and 72 hours from when the lab gets the results. Robin.
All right. Thank you so much, Eva. Okay, there's a lot to digest here, so we're going to bring in our doctor again, Ashish Jha. He is the dean of the Brown University School of Public Health. Let's start with the FDA approving that complete at-home kit where you could get the results in 30 minutes or less. What does this mean, and could it really be a game changer here?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me on. First of all, I think it's really good news. We've had the technology to do this for many, many months. So I'm happy to see the FDA approving this. The problem right now is we don't know how many of these tests will be available, how long it'll take to get the tests out there, and obviously it's still going to require a prescription, and then we don't know how expensive it's going to be. So there are a lot of challenges, but I think the idea of home tests is terrific, and I want to see a lot more of them.
A lot of people feel that way. With so many of these tests, both at home and people going to testing centers, sometimes it takes days to get the results. At what point, Dr. Jha, does it become unnecessary or really necessary to get a second test because it's taken so long to get the results from the first one?
Yeah, this is so frustrating because many of us have been saying really since March, we've got to fix our testing infrastructure. We've got to have the kind of testing capacity where Americans can go and get tested and get results right away. The government just hasn't done that, and the private sector has been doing its part, but you really need the federal government. At this point, if you're starting to get delays of 4 or 5 days until you get the results, it really does make that test much less useful.
4 or 5 days, if you get takes that long, you should probably go back and get it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think, you certainly can't rely on what your results were 4 or 5 days ago to know what the status is now. But, my take is you should only be getting retested if you're having symptoms.
Right.
Otherwise, probably not.
Okay, wanted to make that clear. Also, the American Academy of Pediatrics is calling on drug companies to include children in the trials of potential coronavirus vaccines. They say that has to be proven to be safe for children. Are we waiting too long here where kids are involved and the vaccine?
Yeah, I do want to see more kids get enrolled in these trials. I mean, testing anything on kids is always tricky ethically, and you got to be extra careful. But we're going to want to vaccinate kids because we know kids can spread the infection, certainly to each other, and older kids can spread it to adults. So we're going to want to vaccinate children. And the best way to know whether that's safe is to do the studies in kids. I think we got to move much more quickly on that.
Yeah, need to know the data. All right, as always, Dr. Jha, appreciate your insight. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.